because we have what is a very innovative study that calculates the true cost of living, the average true cost of living of seniors in New York State. Because of the fact that we're very proud that Brooklyn has the largest amount of seniors in New York State, we decided to launch this event here, right here in Brooklyn, and who better than with the champion of the seniors in Brooklyn, but the borough president, Marty Markowitz. And at this point, I want to thank the borough president's office, especially Nan Blackshear and her staff, who've helped us, and Sophia Jones also, who helped us be in this beautiful room, and they've done a wonderful job with us. And so, without further ado, I think I'm just going to start bringing up people who are going to go through the entire. This was a one-year process that we had in terms of putting this report together. So we have the different people representing each of the components that it took to come out with such a comprehensive report. So at this time, I'm going to ask Joan Kuriansky, who is the Executive Director of the Wider Opportunities for Women, to come and say hello.
Good morning, and thank you, Maria. And I'm so glad you explained why we're here. There are many, many New York seniors throughout the state, but it is particularly gratifying to be here with the critical mass. And I want to just say how delighted we are to partner with the New York Senior Statewide Senior Council, who is our lead partner in this effort in New York State, and who has indeed contributed mightily to the year-long planning that has resulting in today's press conference. I also want to, although he is not here, thank the borough president, because I don't know if this will come out in the discussion, but President Markowitz really began his career in aging as a very young man, and I think you'll hear his enthusiasm for this issue that is born out of real experience. So we appreciate him hosting us today. We have a number of other panelists who you'll see are really some of the leaders in the senior aging movement here in New York, and I'm going to take a personal privilege to also acknowledge two folks who are very near and dear to Wider Opportunities for Women. Myrtle Regan, who is on our board, is here today. And Myrtle, I think many of you probably know her. And also our dear colleague and supporter from Atlantic Philanthropies, Laura Robbins. So thank you, both Brooklyn, the New York State Council, and WOW Friends for being here today. We are here today to better understand what it takes for seniors to be able to age in place in dignity. Daily, we're hearing about the struggles that many retirees are facing, even greater than before, as a result of the economic downturn. At the same time, the information which we're going to present today makes very clear that for many older people in the New York area, they've already been suffering. And the recession only exacerbates that, not only because there's a loss of assets, but also because costs continue to rise and the value of a dollar continues to decrease. We're really very pleased that we are sitting in New York where the Mayor Bloomberg, has made a real effort to try to understand and be proactive in defining what is poverty in this community and how it affects people of all ages. At the same time, Congress and the administration are looking at ways to reduce costs, and all options are on the table, including programs like like Medicare and Social Security that we have all paid in for, and that really has been, continues to be the bulwark against more seniors being in poverty. So with today's release, we think that there will be new tools that can be used to address these issues and challenges that we are facing. The New York Elder Initiative is part of a larger national initiative launched by Wider Opportunities for Women, the Elder Economic Security Initiative. And WOW is an organization that celebrated its 45th anniversary. We've been working on issues of family and women's economic independence and opportunity for those many years. And one of our basic tenets is that it is critical that every member of a family be economically secure at each stage of their life. And that in turn has tremendous implications on what one's quality of life is as you move into your older years. We partner with statewide organizations and then coalitions around the country to use the research framework tools that we have developed, adapting them in conjunction with our partners to make the best case for the issues that we address. To date, WOW has partnerships in 41 states and reaches over 2,500 local and state organizations. The Elder Security Initiative itself is a multi-year project that began several years ago. Delighted to say that we are now in 10 states. We will, by 2012, I'm getting a little commentary here, by 2012 we'll be in 20 states, really a critical mass of states with state partners as wonderful as the State Action Council and coalitions as diverse. The goal of the Economic Security Initiative is to provide tools to state and local advocates, program providers, to ensure that policies and programs are developed to help seniors age in place and with dignity. Undergirding the initiative is the Elder Economic Security Index, which we will just call the Elder Index, which is, I would say, both a very rational tool and, in its own way, a transformative tool that measures what it costs for seniors to meet their daily costs of living based on where they live, family circumstances, housing, and health status. My colleague Allison Gottlieb of the Gerontology Institute at the University of Massachusetts in Boston will share with you the very detailed, data-rich index. I will talk a little bit about what does it mean, because on the paper it's numbers, and you know numbers can easily stay on a shelf and not have much impact at all. But instead, because of the tremendous work of our partners around the country, we are already seeing the Elder Index and the Elder Initiative take hold in substantial ways. Some of those have to do with program design and evaluation, some have to do with public policy, and some have to do with informing, empowering seniors and others who advocate on behalf of seniors or their own futures in moving toward what would be a retirement that would be one that you could make choices in terms of your own lives without the restriction of having little income to do it. I'll just give you a few examples. In terms of the strategic planning and programming, we have state units of aging, area agencies on aging, United Way affiliates throughout the country now using the Elder Index as a guide to develop strategic plans, and in the case of foundations and United Way, to revisit their funding priorities to make sure that the resources they have are being directed in the most effective way to support particularly vulnerable seniors. Service providers are using the Elder Index to illustrate the value of senior services and supports, whether it be housing or nutrition, through a frame not of poverty but of economic security.